The battle was over. The stars had grown quiet again, but for the crew of the Silent Vengeance, a new chapter had begun. Commander Reyes stood on the bridge, watching the slowly brightening horizon. The distant sun of a peaceful system was rising, casting soft light across the ship's metal walls. It was a symbol, a new dawn for humanity. Mia stood beside him, her heart heavy but hopeful. "We fought hard," she said softly. "Many were lost, but we survived." Reyes nodded, "And we changed everything." Rebuilding in hope. In the fleet's largest ship, engineers worked tirelessly. Repairs were made, systems rebuilt, and weapons refilled. The human fleet was no longer a ragged group of survivors. It was becoming a force to be reckoned with. Mia walked through the corridors. She saw crews helping each other, sharing stories, and smiling after so much pain. Hope, she thought. That is what kept us alive. Ayla Chen approached her with a datapad. New transmissions just came in. Other human colonies heard our message. They want to join us. Mia's eyes lit up. We're not alone. Reyes joined them. Together, we are stronger. The galaxy watches. News of the humans' return spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Alien races who once laughed at Earth's weakness now whispered in fear. Humans are back, one diplomat said quietly, and they are not the same as before. Across distant planets, leaders debated. Some wanted peace, others prepared for war. But one thing was clear. The galaxy would never ignore Earth again. A message to the stars. Reyes prepared a broadcast, his voice calm but firm. To every being in the galaxy, he said, "We come not as conquerors, but as survivors. We ask for peace, but we will defend our home with every last breath. Humanity has returned, stronger, united, and ready." Mia watched the broadcast with the crew, feeling pride and strength. "This is our chance," she whispered, "to build a new future." Mia's promise. That night, Mia stood alone on the observation deck. Stars sparkled like diamonds. She thought about the journey, the pain, the battles, the losses. She touched the star's light with her eyes and made a promise. No more silence. No more being left behind. We will protect each other. We will rise. Her heart burned with a fierce hope. A new beginning. The Silent Vengeance set course for Earth. The fleet followed behind, carrying stories of courage and survival. As they traveled through space, the crew prepared for the future. New missions, new alliances, new dreams. The galaxy was vast and full of dangers. But humanity was ready, because they had learned the greatest lesson of all. No matter how dark the night, a new dawn always comes. Darkness spread across the silent space near Earth. The black ships, once hidden, now moved with deadly purpose. Commander Lore of the Zern Empire stared at his control screen. The thousands of human warships had appeared out of nowhere, and no one knew what to expect. No one had heard a single word from them. No messages, no warnings, only silence. Suddenly, alarms blared. "Enemy ships incoming," shouted a young officer. "Where?" Lore demanded. "On our sensors. Close. They're moving fast." Lore gripped the console. "Prepare the defenses. Get me the Admiral." Seconds later, Admiral Kuroth's face appeared on the screen. "We cannot wait," Kuroth said grimly. "These ships mean war." Lore nodded. "We will hold. For now." The first attack came without warning. Human warships surged forward like a tidal wave. Their weapons were unlike anything the galaxy had seen. Instead of explosions and fire, they used strange beams of blue light that froze ships instantly. One by one, enemy ships stopped moving. Their engines shut down. Their weapons fell silent. A huge cruiser named Varn's Pride was the first to fall. Its captain screamed orders, but his crew was frozen in place, trapped by invisible forces. Lore watched helplessly. "They're using technology we don't understand," he muttered. Meanwhile, aboard the human flagship Eclipse, Captain Mira Kane stood on the bridge. Her eyes scanned the battlefields on the view screen. "Weapons ready," she said. "Fire the freeze beams." Her crew nodded, calm and focused. "This is not just a fight," Mira whispered. "It's a message. A message the galaxy would never forget." Back on Earth, Dr. Elara Voss watched the battle from a hidden control room deep underground. Her face was calm but determined. "It begins," she said softly. "The galaxy will remember the lost." She touched a button, and thousands of black ships lit up across the sky, ready to join the fight. The battle lasted only minutes, but its impact shook the stars. The Zern Empire lost nearly half its fleet. Other alien races watched in horror as human ships took down the mightiest war machines without a single human casualty. One ambassador whispered, "These are not the humans we knew." In the chaos, Commander Lore received a strange transmission. It was a simple phrase in broken human language. "We came back for the forgotten." Lore frowned. "Who are you? What do you want?" No answer. Only silence. Later, Mira Kane stood before her crew. "We do not fight for conquest," she told them. "We fight to remind the galaxy of Earth's strength. We fight to protect those who were lost in the silence." Her voice grew stronger. "And we will not stop until every corner of the stars remembers us." The first strike was only the beginning. The galaxy was awake, and Earth was ready. Near the wreck, the Hope's light was broken, torn by fire and debris, floating like ghosts. Suddenly, movement in the shadows. Alien drones appeared, guarding the site. "They want to keep their secrets," Mia said. "We'll see about that." The Ghost Fleet advanced carefully. Lasers lit the dark as ships fought the drones. In the chaos, Mia saw something on the surface. A small escape pod. "It's a sign," she whispered. "Someone survived." Reyes ordered a landing party. Mia and 2 soldiers descended to the pod. On the surface, the escape pod was cracked but intact. Inside, a young man barely conscious. Mia's heart raced. "You're safe now," she said softly. The man opened his eyes. Fear and hope mixed inside. "Who are you?" he whispered. "Humans," Mia said. "We came back for you." The man nodded weakly. "I thought I was alone." "Not anymore." Mia smiled. Back in orbit, the Ghost Fleet was ready for the next step, to find the truth behind the attack. "Why did the Hope's light get abandoned?" Reyes asked the crew. "Fear," one pilot said. "The captain gave up." Mia clenched her fists. "Fear is a disease, but we are the cure." Suddenly, an emergency alert flashed on the screen. "Enemy ships incoming." "More Zorath reinforcements," Ayla said. "They're coming fast." Reyes stood tall, prepared to fight. "We protect what's left of our own." Battle in the darkness. The enemy ships charged. The Ghost Fleet met them with fierce fire. Missiles flew. Lasers cut through space. Explosions lit the dark. The battle was brutal. Some ships were lost. But the humans fought harder. They fought with heart. Mia flew her ship into the center of the fight, dodging enemy fire. "We're not just fighting for survival," she said over comms. "We're fighting for honor." After the battle, the Zorath retreated, beaten but alive. The Ghost Fleet gathered their wounded and the rescued. Reyes looked at Mia. "We came back to ashes, but now we rise from them." Mia smiled. "We are not weak. We are not abandoned." The Ghost Fleet sailed through the cold void. The stars blinked, but no one rested. Commander Reyes stood on the bridge of the Silent Vengeance. His eyes were sharp, his mind set on one thing: revenge. "This is no longer just a fight to survive," he said. "It's time to show the galaxy what humans can do." Mia stood beside him, her jaw tight. "They thought they could leave us to die. Now they will pay." Planning the attack. In the war room, maps covered the walls. Red dots marked enemy bases. Ayla Chen pointed to a glowing star system. "This is the Zorath Command Center, their strongest base." Reyes nodded. "It's time to hit them where it hurts." The crew prepared carefully. Every weapon was checked. Every ship was fueled. "This mission will be dangerous," Reyes warned. "But if we succeed, the Zorath will think twice before attacking humans again." The approach. The Ghost Fleet entered enemy space under a black sky. Sensors scanned for traps. The silence was tense. Suddenly, alarms blared. Enemy ships rushed from the shadows. "Ambush!" shouted a pilot. Lasers fired. Explosions rocked the fleet. Ships dodged and fought fiercely. Mia flew her ship through the chaos. "Hold steady," she said to her crew. "We will win." Inside the battle, the fight was brutal. Several human ships were damaged, but the Ghost Fleet pushed forward. They fought with courage and skill. Reyes' voice came over the comms. "Focus on the command center. We must break their control." Mia targeted the enemy flagship. She dodged missiles and fired her cannons. Almost there, she whispered. The flagship's shield flickered. Then, boom! A massive explosion lit up the darkness. Victory and warning. The enemy base was crippled. Rise sent a message across the stars. This is only the beginning. Humans will never be weak again. Mia looked at the stars and smiled. We took our revenge, but the war is far from over. Back on the silent vengeance. The crew cheered, but their faces were serious. They knew the price of war, and that more battles awaited. Race turned to Mia. Tomorrow, we prepare for what comes next. She nodded. We're ready. Earth had been silent for over 200 years. After the Great Evacuation, no signals came from the planet. The surface was marked as dead on every star map. No one dared to visit. Some said radiation storms wiped everything out. Others said the planet cursed those who returned. But now, Earth had started speaking again. The first signal was picked up by an old Terran relay station on Mars. A single sentence repeated again and again in a low metallic voice. They are coming home. Inside a secure base on Luna, Earth's moon, top officials from several alien governments watched the message in horror. The room was dark. Only the blue glow of the message lit their faces. Who sent this? Asked Commander Roth of the Varn Alliance. No idea, said a nervous Martian technician, but it came straight from Earth's north continent, from deep underground. Earth was empty, said another alien. We saw it. We scanned it. There was nothing. The technician gulped. You didn't scan deep enough. Back on Earth, under miles of rock and ash, lights turned on in long-forgotten bunkers. A woman sat alone in a control chair, her skin pale, her eyes replaced by glowing implants. Her name was Dr. Elara Voss, the last of the old-world scientists. She touched a cracked screen and smiled. They're watching now, she whispered. A black ship hovered above her. Dozens more stood ready behind it, hidden in the shadows of broken cities and underground silos. Suddenly, a voice came through her radio. Dr. Voss, all sectors are online. Orders? She closed her eyes. Send them a warning, she said. Just one. Far above Earth, a massive alien warship named Valkyr's Pride circled in low orbit. Its mission was to observe any activity on the planet. They didn't expect a response. But then, Earth's skies changed. Storm clouds rolled in. Thunder cracked through the silence. And a black beam of energy shot straight from the planet's surface, right through the warship. Valkyr's Pride didn't explode. It simply vanished. No debris. No sound. Just gone. Every sensor across the system went dark for a second. Then one word appeared on all screens. Enough. Panic spread like wildfire. Across the stars, aliens began evacuating stations near Earth. Fleets were repositioned. Military forces were told to hold, but not engage. In the Galactic Council, leaders shouted over one another. They attacked first. No, Earth was silent for centuries. We forgot them. A silent figure stepped into the chamber. Tall, wearing an old Terran officer's coat. His voice echoed through the room. I bring Earth's final message. Security bots aimed weapons, but the man didn't flinch. He raised a small device. A blue hologram appeared, showing a broken world, now alive with energy. We were left behind, said a voice in the hologram, while the stars watched, while our people died. But we did not vanish. We became more. The council was silent. We do not want war, but if you bring it, Earth will end it. Then the figure vanished. No ship, no trace, just gone. In a dark room on an alien space station, a child asked her father, "Are the humans coming back?" The father looked at the stars through the window. They never left, he whispered. Meanwhile, in the ruins of old Washington, D.C., an army of black armored humans stood in lines. Silent. Still. Waiting. Dr. Elara Voss walked between them, her long coat brushing the dusty floor. Do you remember the sky? She asked softly. The soldiers didn't move, but their eyes glowed red. We gave everything for those stars, she said. Now they think we are shadows. Ghosts. She raised her hand. But we are not ghosts. We are the storm. At the edge of the galaxy, in a small listening post, a lone alien officer looked at his screen. His hand shook. I don't believe it, he whispered. His commander leaned in. What is it? The screen showed hundreds, thousands of human ships moving in formation, but none were sending signals. No radio, no light, just silence. And then, just before the screen went black, the message returned once more. You forgot Earth. Earth remembers everything. 2 days had passed since Outpost 9 went silent. Central Command sent several messages, but none were answered. No pings, no life signs, nothing. It was like the station had vanished. Inside the command center, a group of alien officers stood around a large holographic map. Their faces were tense. Outpost 9 was marked with a blinking red X. Still no contact. Asked Admiral Kirov, his voice sharp and cold. No, sir, replied Officer Jarn, eyes wide with worry. It's like the entire outpost just disappeared. Kirov crossed his arms. Dispatch a scout ship. I want answers. Within an hour, a small scout vessel named Lightstar jumped to the sector. When it arrived, there was nothing. No station, no wreckage, no floating pieces. The coordinates were correct, but the space was empty. Pilot Rilo, a young Sarthan alien, scanned the area. Commander, this is Rilo. I've reached Outpost 9's location, but there's nothing here. Kirov's voice came through the comms. Nothing. That station was built into solid rock. I know, Rilo said, sweating. But it's gone. As Rilo looked closer, his scanner beeped. A small object was floating in the dark. He moved the ship toward it. It was a broken metal panel, blackened and burnt. He brought it aboard. When the cleaning droids removed the dust, words were carved deep into the metal. You forgot us. We did not forget. Rilo stepped back. His hands trembled. Then something hit the ship. Not physically, but digitally. The screens went black for a second, and strange whispers came through the speakers. They watched us die. The silence taught us everything. Now we return. Rilo screamed and pulled the ship away. He sent a full report to Central Command. Back on the homeworld, panic spread quickly. If humans were really back, it would change everything. The galaxy remembered the old war with Earth. It was long ago, but the fear remained. Humans were strong, smart, and full of fury when attacked. They had vanished centuries ago, lost in deep space. Everyone believed they were extinct. Now, one message changed everything. Across the stars, news of the message spread. Governments tried to hide it, but it was too late. Ships shared the warning. Civilian colonies whispered the words. The forgotten have returned. At a spaceport in Sector 5, a cargo pilot swore he saw something in the void. It was a ghost ship, he told the news. Black as space. It didn't blink. It didn't hum. It just watched. No one believed him, until a little girl from the same freighter spoke. I saw a man, she whispered. His eyes were red. He floated outside my window. He smiled at me. The video of the girl's words went viral across the networks. Suddenly, every race began preparing. Armies were placed on alert. Fleets were called back. But nothing moved faster than the fear. Even the mighty Varn Empire, rulers of 5 star systems, paused their expansion. Their leaders held emergency meetings. What if it's true? One asked. They were just humans, said another. No, the leader said. They were humans left alone. That's something else. Meanwhile, deep in space, the black ship floated silently. Inside, old humans stood in shadow. Their bodies were different. Half flesh, half machine. Their faces were pale, eyes glowing faint red. One stepped forward. Commander Drax. He had once been a soldier, left behind during the Great Retreat. Now he was more than that. He looked at a glowing map showing the entire galaxy. They moved on without us, he said. They forgot we ever lived, said another. Drax nodded. Let's remind them. He pressed a button. Across the dark corners of space, other black ships lit up. All of them had waited, hidden for centuries in the cold silence. Now they awakened. Back in Central Command, alarms blared. A technician shouted, Sir, a new signal. Admiral Kirov turned. From where? The technician's face turned pale. From everywhere. Multiple systems. It's the same message. Kirov stepped forward. Put it on screen. The lights in the room dimmed. Then, the message played. You moved forward. We stood still. Now the silence ends. The room went quiet. Karoth whispered, "They're not coming for help." "No," someone replied. "They're coming for justice." The galaxy held its breath. After months of fierce battles, losses on both sides, and endless tension, the war between Earth and the alien empires was about to reach its climax. Captain Mira Kane stood on the bridge of the Eclipse, the flagship of Earth's fleet. Her eyes were tired but sharp. Every battle, every loss, every victory had brought them here. "Prepare for the final assault," she ordered. The enemy was gathering its forces for one last massive strike against Earth. The fate of the planet, and perhaps the entire galaxy, rested on this moment. Deep underground, Dr. Ilara Voss stared at the ancient maps of Earth's defense network. Her fingers traced the lines of buried weapons and hidden bunkers. "We built these for a war we thought would never come," she whispered. "But now they will be the shield that saves us." Above Earth, dark clouds gathered once more. The alien fleets moved into position, ready to crush Earth's resistance and silence the planet forever. But Earth was ready. The human ships rose like a storm. Blue beams of energy lit the void. Ships moved in perfect formation, every pilot trusting the other. Suddenly, a deep vibration shook the eclipse. "Enemy flagship detected," came the report. A massive alien dreadnought loomed ahead, larger than any warship the galaxy had seen. Its hull was covered in black spikes and glowing red lights. It fired first. A beam of pure energy shot toward Earth's fleet. Mira shouted, "Brace for impact." Explosions rocked the ships, but the humans held their ground. They fired back with everything they had. The battle was fierce, brutal, and loud. Even in the silence of space, every ship was tested to its limits. In the middle of the chaos, Dr. Voss activated Earth's secret weapon. A giant pulse of energy spread from the planet's core. It cut through the enemy ships like a blade through silk. One by one, the alien vessels stopped moving. Commander Vakar watched in horror as his fleet was destroyed before his eyes. "This cannot be," he roared. But Earth was not done. From the shadows, the human black ships appeared. They moved fast, silent, and deadly. They surrounded the enemy flagship, cutting off its escape. Inside the dreadnought, panic spread. The captain yelled orders, but his crew could not respond. The black ships fired their final weapon, a strange pulse that disabled every system on the dreadnought. Silence followed. Outside, the galaxy watched as the enemy flagship slowly drifted powerless. Earth's message was clear. The lost had returned. The forgotten were now the strongest. Captain Mira Kane looked at the stars. "This is our home," she said softly. "We will protect it." In the council chambers of the galaxy, the leaders gathered once more. They knew the war was over. Earth had won. And now, the galaxy must remember. Deep underground on Earth, Dr. Ilara Voss closed her eyes. "We did not forget," she whispered. "We never will." And in the quiet after the storm, the final silence stretched across the stars. A silence filled with respect. A silence filled with fear. A silence filled with hope. Darkness. Cold. Deep in a hidden part of space, a massive hangar lit up, silent and deadly. The base was not marked on any star map. It floated between two dead stars, where no signal could pass. This was Outpost Echo Black, home of Earth's most secret fleet. Inside, black warships lined the hangar like sleeping giants. They had no flags, no names, just numbers and shadows. This was Ghost Fleet 7. Commander Jalen Reyes stood on the upper deck, arms crossed, watching the final repairs on the main ship, Silent Vengeance. He had read Mia's logs, listened to every second of her message. "She was left to die," he said quietly. "Now it's our turn." His second in command, Lieutenant Ayla Chen, nodded. The alien ships were Zorath class. Pirates, known for wiping out science teams. No survivors, until now. Reyes didn't blink. Then they've made their first mistake. On board the Silent Vengeance, Dr. Mia Renner sat in a medical chair, wrapped in a warm blanket. Her strength was returning, slowly. But her mind was sharp again. Reyes entered the room, quiet but strong. "I'm Commander Reyes," he said. "Welcome to the fleet." Mia looked up. "You came for me." "Why?" Reyes sat down. "Because no human gets left behind. Not on my watch." Mia's hands tightened. "The crew of Hope's Light, They abandoned me. Reyes didn't speak right away. Then he said, "We have the full log. Your ship's captain panicked. Left before checking for survivors." Mia lowered her head. "So they left me. To save themselves." Reyes looked her in the eye. "That's not how we do things." He handed her a datapad. "These are the Zorath pirates. We track their movement. They're heading to a new sector. If they find another science team." He didn't finish the sentence. Mia looked at the screen. Alien ships, fast, sharp, deadly. Her voice was steady now. "Then we stopped them." Hours later, in the war room, the Ghost Fleet was alive again. Pilots geared up. Engineers activated stealth drives. Missiles were loaded. Drones launched for recon. Mia stood at the center table beside Reyes and Ayla. A 3D hologram showed the path of the Zorath fleet. "They move like shadows," Mia said. "No patterns. They're hunting." Reyes nodded. "Then we become the storm." Ayla smiled. "Ghosts don't scream. They strike." In deep space, Zorath ship cluster. The aliens floated in a calm zone, unaware of what was coming. They had destroyed the Hope's light easily. They thought the humans were weak, soft, broken. Then the darkness moved. Out of nothing, black human warships decloaked. Silent, precise. The silent vengeance led the strike. Boom. First hit, direct. The lead Zorath ship exploded into pieces. The others scrambled. Laser fire flew, but the human ships dodged like shadows. From the command chair, Reyes ordered, "No mercy." Drones swarmed. Missiles followed. Within minutes, 3 more alien ships were torn apart. One tried to flee. Mia stepped forward, watching the screen. "Aim at its rear drive. Disable, don't destroy." Reyes looked at her. "Why?" "I want to ask them something," she said. Minutes later, interrogation bay. The surviving Zorath pilot growled, chained in energy cuffs. His face was half covered in sharp black armor. "You should have died in space," he hissed. Mia stepped forward, calm, strong. "You left me out there," she said. "Why?" The alien grinned. "Because no one comes back for the weak." Reyes stepped beside her, his voice cold. "You're wrong. She came back, and now we're here." The Zorath's grin faded. "You should be afraid," Reyes added, "because this is just the beginning." Back on the bridge, Reyes looked at Mia. "You don't have to stay with us. We'll take you home." Mia shook her head. "No, they thought I was weak, but I survived. I'm not running." She looked out at the stars. "I'm with you. Until the end." Silence. Mia's eyes opened slowly. Her head felt heavy. She was still inside the broken ship, Hope's light. The emergency lights blinked weakly. Oxygen was dangerously low. The tank on her back beeped every few seconds. Her breath was short. She didn't know how long she had been unconscious. Her body ached. Her lips were dry. Her suit's systems were failing. She looked out the window. That strange light, it was gone. Maybe it was a dream. Maybe her brain was playing tricks. She had hoped someone had come. But now she wasn't sure anymore. She touched the recorder again. "This is Dr. Mia Renner. Still alive. If anyone hears this, please, don't let my name be forgotten. I didn't run. I stayed, and I believed someone would come." Her voice shook. She coughed. Then she smiled weakly. "But maybe I was wrong.